So good morning, everyone. Let's start with the market review for the week ending 15th of October. Sorry, yesterday we couldn't hold a session because I was traveling, and thank you for those who joined today. We'll send across the recording of the session today to everyone. So the world markets as such has been quite flattish this week. Crude and bullions have done really well. The weakness that was shown last week, I think it was more like a bear trap, possibly. The patterns did break down and there was a reversal. So things are changing with both of them. I think this is more to do with the economic scenarios that is happening globally. So Dow continues to be weak on all time frames, though overall there was a little pullback, but still overall trend is there's no strength in the trend. Nasdaq had a good pullback. It was strong, but yesterday's fall is quite been drastic. It's at support, so let's see if it reverses from here. Nikkei had a very strong rally this week. The movement has been quite strong in Nikkei and should continue because monthly is quite strong, though weekly and daily are sideways. Germany tends to be weak again. The strength that was there a couple of weeks back has given up. It's coming closer to the support again, may make a positive divergence. Let's see. So that will decide the further course of movement in the European markets. USD INR is trying to break out and should break out also the way things are turning out. Let's see, and that should have impact on the export sectors. IT may do well because of the rising dollar. Let's see about that as well in the coming days. Gold, clearly there was a bear trap. It did fall, but there was a clear reversal. And yesterday's candle with the volumes has been really strong. So now maybe we can look at upside once this holds positive next week. Silver did break down from the support line and it has still not gone above it. So we'll have to wait and watch with silver what happens. Indian markets has been quite flat, barring the IT sector post Infosys, the guidance. All other sectors are quite flat. PSU and auto has done really well. Reality clearly has been the game changer in this week, as expected. So Nifty started with a very bad week, but has recovered most of the losses for the week, and it has kind of closed flat. But weekly, monthly being strong, and daily last week had reversed from the 40 RSI. Overall, things look decent on Nifty. I wouldn't say there's any concern yet on Nifty. And if you see, it is there at the trend line support, and it has reversed from there. This should hold. Equal weight index, which I've been discussing for the last 2-3 weeks, clearly seems to be strong. This doesn't show any weakness at all. In fact, the gap has been covered and it reversed. So all good with most of the stocks. Bank Nifty is a little mixed because of the PSU falling and the private holding on. Earlier it was the other way. So I think we still need to give some time to the banking sector before it picks up steam on either side. Auto sector clearly a strong reversal after the whole fall, with Tata Motors and Maruti gaining so much of momentum. And once this breaks out, so the trend should continue. The monthly candle as of now is really good. The month has not closed, but look at the weekly candle also. Really, really strong candle. So auto sector should continue with the momentum this coming week as well. So Nifty opened deep red and recovered really well. A lot of mixed news this week, which has impacted the market, like the IT results and the PSU downgrade. Bank Nifty remains mixed. Reality, auto, FMCG showing strength, and that continues. Many large cap earnings ahead this week or coming weeks, so that will impact the market in coming days. So we need to watch closely the results of all of them. They may have a little shakeout on the market based on the results, but I don't think any of them should impact the trend change of the market unless things are really bad, that which doesn't seem like right now. So sectors to watch remain the same. Banking bias is little towards a private bank. PSU bank selectively, we'll discuss that as well. Auto, PSE, Reality, and Pharma. Sun Pharma is again trying to come back up. The fall in it wasn't much, though the breakout didn't hold. So let's see how Pharma also turns out in the coming few days. Few stocks I want to discuss. Wellcop, which Sonal has given a buy call fresh on it. It's a nice, almost about a 13-14 year breakout, and the target is 861. Those who want to accumulate, don't do it right away. You have added, but gradually keep adding as it closes above. It's the first week of close just above the resistance. Let it hold for a couple of weeks. It's not going to be a one-way rally. You'll have enough time to accumulate, but it's a very strong breakout with the volumes. So another thing I'll tell you about Wellcop is it's from my own experience. I'm holding it since like 70, 80 levels to almost 100 odd has been my accumulating zone. But being a smaller company, though strong, if the market falls, these stocks also tend to fall very fast. So right now it is at resistance. Market is a little volatile. Go gradually because in case there is a little weakness in the market, these stocks can give up gains. You'll get enough opportunities to add them again, maybe even at the lower levels, but wait for the right levels. And accumulation, I would only suggest on rises. So keep that in mind. It's a debt-free company and doing extremely well. Tata Motors clearly given a good breakout. Short term 733 is a target. Long term, anyway, the targets are much higher. And Tata Steel seems to be taking support again. And there's a doji at the support. So let's see how it fares out. Coming week, if the steel sector picks up momentum, then Tata Steel can be on the radar. And Canara Bank, which has fallen yesterday back by the news, it has made a nice hammer. It has not broken the breakout levels yet, and shows a lot of support, or I would say a lot of strength because of the wick that has formed. Clearly, bulls are in control of it even now. It hasn't given up the strength. So I think we have added last week. If this continues the trend, we may add back more. So Canara Bank is back. Versus this, other PSU banks are a little weaker right now. We'll wait for them also to pick up steam before we buy them back. Until then, they are avoidable. So these are the stocks that I wanted to discuss. Only want to take up the other stocks?
Yeah, sure. So I'll just quickly run through you, not all of our holdings today because we need to discuss the candles too, but I'll just kind of discuss what I am seeing on the Nifty. So here, if you just can see, I was just mentioning the window gap, like what was created the other day, and yesterday with the fall, one good thing happened that this gap in this reversal island is filled, which is something that the gap is being resolved, and I guess this is the zone that Nifty, because of the geopolitical right now cues, may consolidate. But as Mayur pointed out, if we have to just go by our setup and how the charts are looking, it is still not showing any weakness for us to take an immediate action. So whether you see it on a smaller time frame or weekly time frame, you can just see it is making a morning star candlestick pattern with these two dojis as the bottom of the morning star, and it has made a small bullish candle. So again, on daily and weekly, Nifty is well placed, probably supported by now the auto index and PSC index. And we strongly kind of looking at the setup, we anticipate that auto index will pick up in coming days, and you can see that our inflation also has the numbers have come out, it has cooled down. So whenever the inflation cools down, it has direct relation with all these sectors like auto and your auto ancillaries and all that, because your demand picks up there. That means people have more money to kind of dispose of. So, and they kind of just go and buy the auto related scripts. So, because based on this, I think Nifty would be primarily supported by auto stocks and some oil companies too, because of the crude kind of going up. So yeah, as of now, we don't see much of weakness in Nifty. On the other hand, Bank Nifty kind of looks little meek to us. not very strong, but it is still not weak, because you can see it is just kind of meandering in the same support, like, you know, this 44096, and it hasn't broken it yet. So even if you see it on daily, it has to just kind of close above this trend line resistance, and that is why we are kind of, you know, saying that bank nifty is weak compared to nifty. Axis Bank is again at the support, so that is why we did not exit. And just 1 second. Mayur, someone wants to just join it.
Yeah, I'm checking.
Yeah, Canara Bank, Federal Bank, we exited, we booked profit in one lot, and other lot was like, you know, just neutral. So I have not given a re-entry because I wanted to break this 152 level, which it has already tested many times and not able to break it for last 3-4 weeks. And Federal Bank, we are keeping our distance because the result is, I think, next week. And last time also, there were like few figures in the result that was not up to the market expectation. They kind of just there was a heavy selling in Federal Bank. So we want to be away from all those uncertainties, and once it closes above this 152 to 153 level, that is when we can just confidently go long post result. Tata Motors, Mayur has explained it very well, and even I am very excited to kind of just see the the pattern it is making, and it's like really making me happy. Just how Tata Motor is just chalking out on the charts. Even weekly, if you see monthly, what Mayur here pointed out, that the long term this thing target is very big. You can see a inverted head and shoulder. So what we can do in Tata Motor is just keep trailing our stop losses for higher targets. So probably in case of Tata Motors, we'll revise target many times. So yeah, as of now, looking at the setup, we are quite bullish on Tata Motors. The others, I think, during market hours, I keep sharing the charts. I wanted to just explain, one thing about iShares, that when it just given us a reversal here, I told you guys to add at, this point. Like, we already right now have 2 lots, so we didn't want to add more. We wanted to be like little easy with our position. But there was a very minor supply zone, and I was anticipating that here there'll be little bit of consolidation, and you may see it just kind of there's some selling happening here, and exactly it kind of charted the way we were expecting iShares Motor to do. And you can see that from here the selling has come, but it hasn't broken the trend line support. So one good thing to look at it, that this supply zone is already tested, and probably in coming days, like usually this kind of setup, you may see the stock picking up and breaking all these highs and just marching towards the target. So iShares Motor, now after the supply zone being tested, we are we are expecting a good move in coming days. So that's about it. I think these stocks I have already discussed. Ashok Leyland, we have added an equity. So for us to just kind of switch to future would be above 182. So this is also giving a very good island reversal pattern, Ashok Leyland. So we'll be tracking this closely, and whenever we think that the significant levels are crossed, we may go long in this. Yeah, REC, why I am here bullish on REC, you can see after this consolidation, it has broken out. Then there was some retracement, and now yesterday it is making that tweezer bottom. And if you see the significance of all these candlestick patterns hold or increases when it is making at the support or the moving averages. Now, when I click on the moving averages, you can see that it is just making these, that tweezer bottom candlestick pattern at the short-term moving average. So that kind of, here is indicating that it is preparing for another 3 to 4% upside from this level. Since your future lot is very big, that is why I pointed out that, I've given a very tight stop loss of 285, considering the lot being big. So if you are able to kind of see those little bit of retracement in this, and that's fine. Otherwise, if you're not comfortable holding such big lots, we would suggest to buy it in equity. So I think other stocks are well placed, and if you want to discuss, you can ask any other stock that you are kind of you need more clarity. There are few stocks for next week which I would like to point out. First, just keep it on your radar. We may or we may not give the recommendation based on how much MTM we want to kind of maintain at our end, looking at the volatility. So one is Loris Lab above 415. There is a nice consolidation happening, and if you look closely, this is a nice W pattern that is, in the creation, like it is just nicely making this W pattern. So after it crosses, not only crosses, but closes above 415, that is, you have to wait until 3:15 p.m. to see if the closing is above 414. You can just go long in this for a target of 454. So Loris Lab is one. IDFC First Bank, this is on the short selling side. So it has broken off the rising channel. And now this support is very important, quite imperative for IDFC. So once it breaks this 87 to 88 level, we may see it falling towards 75 to 77, because there in between, I cannot see a very strong support for IDFC First Bank. So just pay attention to this level of 86 to 87. If it is like, closing below that, then you can confidently go short in IDFC First Bank. Next is Biocon. So one second. So Biocon, I just find it funny when I look at this chart, because every time there is little bit of breakout in Biocon, I can see a huge, euphoria among the investors or traders. So it actually reminds me of that backbencher that, just every time the parents are being called for a, PTM, and the student says that, oh, I'll perform well this time, but the performance is always zero. So this time also, I know, like few active traders, they just sometimes they run their stocks through me and they're like, Biocon, the target is big. But I said, no, unless it crosses 279, we are not going to go long in Biocon. So same thing happened. There was a good selling that happened from 279. Now it is at 254. And if it breaks 254, 240, and the next target would be 240, and below 240, there will be a free fall in Biocon. So Biocon is another stock on my short selling recommendation. Titan, a nice consolidation happening. I think I have pointed out Titan many times in my past few presentation, and I'm right now, the more like with every trading week going by, this is just showing more and more strength, and there is a nice consolidation happening and an inside, candlestick bar. So inside candlestick bar pattern kind of signifies that it can go up or down, but downside, we know that there is a good, consolidation support. So Titan, once it breaks 3343, the target is really big, and we may go positional in Titan script. Deepak Fertilizer is another stock that I want you guys to just keep on your radar. There is a nice rounding bottom forming, and there's a little bit of resistance. Once it closes above this, we may just play a swing till the level of 673 to 675. So yeah, that's it from my side. Mayur,
This
you
is
can just...
Jasneet wants to know about RBL Bank.
Okay.
So I'll just tell you, there is nothing wrong with it. It is strong. There will be a lot of whipsaws until it crosses 272. So I would suggest that if you want to play a